Blake Lively, once Hollywood's golden girl and the embodiment of perfection, is now desperately trying to keep her carefully curated image from crumbling faster than you can say, XOXO Gossip Girl. Allegations of toxic behavior, PR cover-ups, and behind-the-scenes power moves are threatening to expose the real Blake Lively. Is this the truth behind her perfect facade? Or just another calculated attack on one of Hollywood's most powerful women? Let's peel back the layers and reveal the truth behind the surprisingly satisfying downfall of Blake Lively.
Another promise was no pet monkey. Chuck has a matching pet monkey with coordinating outfits, and I was like, I would love to be part of the show, but I can't act with a monkey. And then I got a few of them.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. That's so sweet. I'm gonna put it here because it doesn't go with my outfit, but I will wear it later.
Let's be real. Blake Lively's rise to fame wasn't some underdog story. She was basically born with a golden ticket. Her dad, an actor. Her mom, a talent manager. Blake had the kind of connections most aspiring actors would sell their souls for. Her career didn't just happen. It was carefully orchestrated. But here's where things get juicy. For years, Blake sold us the all-American sweetheart image wrapped in glamour and sophistication. But lately, people are catching on that maybe, just maybe, her image is more about smoke and mirrors than reality. Behind that smile, the cracks are showing. The Golden Girl persona? It's looking more like a PR illusion. And as we dig deeper, it's becoming painfully clear. Blake Lively's carefully built empire is on shaky ground. But trust me, it gets worse. We're diving headfirst into the scandals, the lies, and the surprisingly satisfying downfall of Blake Lively. Let's not sugarcoat it. Blake didn't claw her way to the top. She had a major head start. In 2005, she broke out in the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. But it was her role as Serena van der Woodsen in Gossip Girl that really put her on the map. As Serena, she was the it girl. Rich, beautiful, and coasting through life like it was effortless. The show became a cultural phenomenon, and suddenly, Blake was everywhere. Magazine covers, red carpets, you name it. But this narrative of a self-made star, that's where things start to unravel. Blake's dad, Ernie Lively, had the Hollywood hookups, and her mom knew how to pull the right strings. Blake didn't just make it on her own. She was placed there. And while nepotism isn't exactly breaking news in Hollywood, the issue is when it's masked as a worked-her-way-up story. But let's talk acting. Blake might have been the face of Gossip Girl, but if we're keeping it 100, it was Leighton Meester who stole the show as Blair Waldorf. Leighton turned a potential one-note character into an iconic, layered performance. So why did Blake end up with the more high-profile career? A mix of being the lead, fitting the Hollywood beauty mold, and knowing exactly how to play the game. Fun fact, Blake wasn't even the first choice for Serena. She was considered for a smaller role, but those family connections came through again. Blake's career wasn't just built on acting chops. It seems like her love life was just as calculated. Let's break it down. In 2010, she had a brief fling with Ryan Gosling, which put her on the radar of every tabloid out there. But the real move was in 2011, when she dated Leonardo DiCaprio. Dating Leo is like snagging the last Birkin bag at a sample sale. Instant status, no questions asked. They were spotted everywhere, from luxury yachts in Europe to exclusive events, and Blake's profile shot through the roof. But that wasn't all. There were rumors of an affair with Ben Affleck during the filming of The Town in 2010. Whether true or just gossip, those whispers added a layer of scandal to her otherwise polished image. Then came Ryan Reynolds.
What can I say? Boys like me.
They met on Green Lantern in 2010, and sparks flew fast. The twist? Ryan was still married to Scarlett Johansson, and Blake was supposedly still with her Gossip Girl co-star Penn Badgley. But by 2011, Blake and Ryan were official. But word on the street is that Ryan felt overshadowed by Scarlett's success, and was looking for someone who wouldn't steal his spotlight. Enter Blake. Her star was rising, but she wasn't quite on ScarJo's level. It was a perfect match. Fast forward to 2012, and they're married, but not without controversy. They tied the knot at Boone Hall Plantation, a place infamous for its history of slavery. Talk about tone deaf. It took them 8 years to apologize, but by then, the damage was done. Blake's relationships are starting to feel more orchestrated than a Kardashian PR rollout, each one strategically timed and curated for peak brand synergy. Each high-profile romance elevated her status until marrying Reynolds cemented her as one half of Hollywood's golden couple. But let's be real, at what cost? The more we dig, the more it seems like every step was carefully planned. Blake Lively's carefully crafted image as America's sweetheart has taken some serious hits in recent years. One of the most telling moments? The infamous 2016 interview with journalist Kirsti Flø, which recently resurfaced and went viral for all the wrong reasons. During the interview, Flø congratulated Blake on her pregnancy with a compliment about her little bump. Blake's response? A sarcastic, "Congrats on your little bump."
Congrats on your little bump.
That left the journalist visibly uncomfortable. But here's the real gut punch. Flø later revealed she's infertile and can never get pregnant, making Blake's comment feel like a bullet. Flø described the experience as paralyzing and traumatizing, especially with both Blake and co-star Parker Posey's dismissive behavior during the interview. Social media quickly lit up, criticizing Blake for being condescending in the clip. The weirdest part? Just 2 months earlier, Blake was flaunting her baby bump like it was a Met Gala accessory, soaking up the attention like it was her personal runway. And here's where things get even messier. This was the same event where she thought it'd be a great idea to quote Sir Mix-a-Lot's LA face with an Oakland booty on Instagram. It might have seemed like a playful nod, but fans quickly called her out for being racially tone-deaf and completely out of touch. The irony? Blake's out here making cringy comments about her perfect bump while trying to be relatable, only to turn around and hit a journalist with a sarcastic jab for doing the exact same thing. You can't make this up. When the journalist later tried to shift the conversation to the period-specific fashion in cafe society, Blake shut it down as misogynistic. Wait a second, let's unpack this irony. Blake's entire brand is built on being a fashion-forward style icon. Yet, she dodged a basic fashion question with a dismissive response. It's giving feminism when it's convenient, and fans are starting to notice. Fast forward to her recent press tour for a movie about domestic violence. And what does she make it all about? Fashion. Instead of addressing the heavy themes in It Ends With Us, she's promoting the film like it's a runway event, flaunting bright outfits and flower-filled photo shoots. This reveals a clear pattern. Blake deflects uncomfortable moments by leaning into surface-level distractions, leaving fans wondering, what happened to the charming, easygoing Blake we thought we knew? And let's not forget that Cafe Society wasn't just any film. It was directed by Woody Allen. Yes, that Woody Allen. In 2016, when the Me Too movement was gaining momentum, Blake publicly praised him, calling him empowering to women. It's like she hit the tone-deaf trifecta. Bad timing, bad optics, and bad judgment. This sparked backlash, as people questioned how someone positioning herself as a feminist could align with a director facing serious allegations. It was a major misstep that revealed how out of touch Blake could be, further chipping away at her polished image. But trust me, this isn't the only example of Blake's tone-deaf behavior. Remember the Balenciaga scandal? The luxury fashion brand faced massive backlash after an ad campaign featured children holding BDSM-inspired teddy bears. Celebrities were quick to distance themselves from the brand, except Blake. She continued supporting Balenciaga, even though she's an ambassador for the Child Rescue Coalition, an organization fighting child exploitation. That's a tough contradiction to overlook. This disconnect between her words and actions left many questioning her judgment and sincerity. But it doesn't stop there. Aside from praising Woody Allen, Blake also wore a dress designed by Harvey Weinstein's ex-wife to a premiere, raising eyebrows across the industry. See the pattern here? Each of these choices adds another crack to the carefully curated image she's worked so hard to maintain. The cracks in Blake's Golden Girl persona aren't just showing, they're widening, and people are starting to notice. But this is just the beginning of how far things unravel. Blake Lively launched Betty Booze, an alcoholic beverage line. The problem? She famously doesn't drink. It's like a vegetarian opening a steakhouse. It doesn't add up. Fans and critics were quick to call out the hypocrisy. Blake's attempt to justify it? saying she enjoys mixing drinks for others, felt forced and disingenuous. And then she doubled down by tying the launch to her film It Ends With Us, a story about domestic violence, by serving themed cocktails at the premiere. Promoting a film about such a serious topic with booze, not exactly a great look. This whole Betty Boos fiasco didn't just damage her credibility. It highlighted the growing disconnect between her words and actions. Her once flawless brand is starting to crack, and it's only getting worse. Blake Lively's promotion of It Ends With Us? Oh boy, it's a masterclass in completely missing the point. Instead of focusing on the film's serious themes, like domestic violence, she's out here pushing bright outfits, flower-filled photo shoots, and fashion aesthetics. One Redditor nailed it. You'd never guess this movie is about domestic abuse based on how Blake's promoting it. But hold up, it gets even messier. During an interview, a reporter asked Blake how fans who've experienced domestic abuse could approach her if they ever saw her in real life. You'd expect the thoughtful, compassionate response, right? Nope. Blake went off on a cringy, sarcastic tangent that was so awkward, even her co-star was visibly uncomfortable.
So if someone understands the themes of this movie, comes across you in public, and they want to really talk to you, what's the best way for them to be able to talk to you about this? How would you recommend they go about it?
Like asking for like my address or my phone number or like my location share. Or I could just location share you and then we could
It's the kind of train wreck moment that leaves you wondering how out of touch she really is. And that's just the start of the chaos. Behind the scenes, Blake clashed hard with actor-director Justin Baldoni over creative control. We're talking everything from music choices, like insisting on Lana Del Rey's Cherry, to bringing in her husband Ryan Reynolds and the Deadpool director to cut her version of the film. Oh, and they didn't stop there. Blake and Ryan even rewrote a pivotal scene in the movie, effectively sidelining Baldoni's vision. The tension is so thick that no one in the cast even follows Baldoni back on social media, and he's been doing the press circuit solo. Then there's the leaked footage, showing Blake directing him on set, even though he's supposed to be the director. What should have been a powerful, socially conscious film is now a circus of Blake's need to control the narrative and make everything about herself. But wait, there's more. On top of all of this, Blake was simultaneously promoting her new hair care line, Blake Brown, alongside It Ends With Us. Fans and commentators speculated that launching the brand during the film's release was a strategic marketing move. But here's the kicker. According to reports, the timing was actually unintentional. The film's premiere was originally set for Valentine's Day, but got pushed to August, coinciding with Blake's pre-planned brand launch. Still, Blake took full advantage of the overlap. She tied in her beverage brands, Betty Buzz and Betty Boos, by showcasing them during themed parties and social media posts, like a flower-themed event that referenced her character in the movie while pushing her drinks. But not everything is going smoothly for Blake's new ventures. The reception for Blake Brown is mixed. On one hand, there are viral TikTok videos showing customers returning the products at Target, questioning the quality. On the other, reviews are generally positive, with praise for the product's fragrance and performance. It's a classic example of Blake's brand strategy. Highly calculated, sometimes successful, but often leaving people wondering if the hype matches reality. And if this is how things went behind the scenes, you've gotta wonder, what's left of the original film? You can't talk about Blake Lively without mentioning her friendship with Taylor Swift. On the surface, it's the ultimate dream team. Two powerful women supporting each other in an industry known for tearing people down. But dig a little deeper, and you start to wonder, is this friendship as genuine as it seems? Or is it just another calculated move? Let's be real. Both Blake and Taylor are masters at managing their image. For Blake, being close to Taylor keeps her in the spotlight even when she's not on screen. Taylor, on the other hand, gets to reinforce her women supporting women narrative by having a fellow A-lister in her corner. But here's where it gets tricky. While their friendship looks perfect on the surface, it's giving off major exclusive, high society vibes. From private jets to luxury vacations, everything about their bond feels more like an elite club than a genuine connection. The Instagram posts, the matching outfits, the music video collabs, it's also perfectly curated that it's hard not to see it as a strategic partnership. Critics have pointed out that this friendship seems to be more about optics than anything real. In an industry where PR stunts are the norm, it's easy to question whether this is just another example of Hollywood friendship built on mutual benefit rather than actual bonding. And here's the irony. While they're all about promoting empowerment, it's empowerment that comes wrapped in a layer of exclusivity. This isn't your everyday bestie friendship. It's more like a members-only club where fame, status, and brand synergy are the entry fees. For Blake, this friendship keeps her brand polished, but it also highlights just how disconnected this girl power narrative can feel when it's more about aesthetics than authenticity. In the end, it's a classic case of Hollywood friendships looking great on the outside, but when you dig deeper, they're really just carefully crafted business arrangements. Now it's 2024, and fans are seeing right through Blake and Ryan's perfect couple act. Their once charming banter now feels cringy, and their attempt to recreate a Barbenheimer moment with Deadpool 3 and It Ends With Us reeks of desperation. It's less power couple and more desperation duo at this point. Here's the reality check. Blake's missteps are catching up with her, and it's a clear reminder that no carefully constructed image can hold up when it's built on shaky ground. Blake's journey from Hollywood's golden girl to a figure of controversy is a cautionary tale about the dangers of overmanaging your image. You can script the perfect life, but eventually, the credits roll, and sometimes, the audience just starts to boo. Blake Lively's story is proof that perfection comes at a cost. Her rise was built on a carefully managed image, but as social consciousness grows, audiences demand authenticity. The cracks have become too big to ignore, and even the best PR spin can't hold up a crumbling facade forever. Blake's story raises the question, can any celebrity maintain a flawless image in today's culture? Or is the price of perfection simply too high?